how to get ahead of 99% of people. This video is going to be about 7 keys, 7-star keys in order for you, for anyone to get ahead of the herd, right? Because the herd is 99% of people, where we can't forget that we are, our nature is rooted in us being animal of the herd. We love to be in the herd. And this is what we love to fit in, right? And this is exactly how our world was literally turned upside down. And I call this world the upside down universe. So you were born and you crawled and you learned to walk and learned to speak. You've done all those years and years and years of nonsense of schooling yourself, spending 8 hours for something that you could have learned in a few. And then voila, when you are around 20, you are all eager to start your life. Finally, you are self-sufficient, you are independent. But this is where we find ourselves as totally dysfunctional humans, because we have all been brought up into this upside down world. We have been imprinted, programmed, heavily programmed, conditioned by the upside down world, and that world is not our world. That world is the upside down world. And so how you are going to get ahead of 99% of people, you surely can't go where the herd goes. So whenever you're seeing someone going in some direction, know that they are directed there. So someone directed them there. This upside down world and all the stages that we see, they are just that, stages. Those are just the actors, they're players. They're here to take your, what I call your first star, the first key on how to get ahead of 99% of people. And that is awareness. Your focus, your energy, right? Because how your world was turned upside down in this upside down world is when they took you from the inside to the outside. You basically came all pure and perfect and all of it, right? And you had amnesia, right? So you trusted your peers, you trusted your parents, and you just, saved all the information because no one told you that you need to question anything. You trusted those people around you, the whole society. But the whole society is also the part of the upside down world. And so if you want to get ahead of 99% of people, right, you will need to do things not slightly different, but full circle different. And I call this 180 degrees, because where the upside down world is, the stages of the world, or you can see all the things that you can see, it's a lie. It's a plain big lie. And to find the truth, you just turn the things other side up, and there is the truth. It's not like little bit untrue, little bit, no, it's a plain lie, and then 180 degrees, this is where you find the truth. It's a, it was a big things to say, when I realized this years back. But then, when we saw all the show on 2020, right, and moving forward, that's not so far-fetched, right? We can see this now. But in order for you to grow your awareness, right, you to turn your world right side up, you need to be aware of everything that is happening, right? Because the upside down world is banking on you being distracted. Upside down world knows exactly your composition, knows, that you can be easily distracted. Look here, look there, look here, look there. All those carrots, right, are there made for you. So you constantly go and you chase those carrots, but none of those carrots will ever going to fulfill you, right? Because they are not real. This world is not your world. In this world, you can only play how you're allowed to play, and that is to be a slave. So you have, in my humble opinion, you have no other option but to actually start to play for your own team, right? And to raise that awareness and to actually look around and, question everything, looking at people, whatever, they are doing, like, do you want to be like them, right? If you are comparing yourself to other people, if you are learning from someone, who is that person? Does that person has what I want? Is that we should all be learning from someone that is 10 years ahead of us, because that person has something that I want and I can reach it, right? Not from broke teacher, nothing wrong with teachers, but not from people that just literally, spill out the knowledge they learn. If you want to become anything, right, you need to find someone who is where you want to be, who you want to become. And this awareness, right, is how you are raising and not subscribing, which is taking us to our second key star, which is to unsubscribe, right? It's crucial for you to start unsubscribing from the upside down world, because you're subscribed on all like, you name it, right? And so many things that you need to actually unsubscribe and subscribe into your own world, unsubscribe and subscribe into your own world, and then in you unsubscribing, there is going to be levels and levels and levels upon it, right, until you become fully self-sufficient or whatever, that can take some time, but the goal is that you don't depend on anyone. And that's kind of, why would you want to get 99% of all the people? Because, well, 99% of people, they live paycheck to paycheck, right? One average American, they don't have 1,000 in the bank, right? When it's time to register car or something like that, like, oh my God, shit, again this time of the year or something, so doesn't matter where you live. That's another thing, right? Because I've seen the whole world, and I'm connected to the whole world, and I can tell you that everything is the same story. You may have a little bit better standard here in Australia, but it's not different. The life is not different anywhere in the world when you think about, because this upside down world, and all the people struggling for the money, and all, because it was all artificially created. Once you really get that, once you really understand that universe is, this upside down world is actually artificially created to be poor. It's artificially created for you, that you need to, trade your time, your life for, scraps and some money, right? The true nature of the universe, of this world, is actually abundance, right? And those are the keys that you need to, do in order to start to play by your own rhythm, right? Which takes us to the star number 3, which is standard. I love to talk about the standards, because, what's your standard? How, if you're going to assess your life, same way, if you were to stand naked in front of the mirror, that would be a true assessment of you and how your body looks like, or whatever your composition. That would be the true statement, right? So how can you stay naked in front of you, in front of your life, and, and assess all of it? How is your love life? How are your relationships? How is your relationship with yourself? How is your health? Do you really think that it's normal to have cancer, that it's normal to have X and pains, it's normal that people in their 30s and 20s and 40s, they are sick and dying, babies dying? That's not normal. It is all artificially created, right? So, because by raising your standards, you can even look this in so many other ways. It's about, this will include you keeping your word. If I would really love, if I could continue to work the way I'm working right now, I know that's not going to be, possible moving forward, but I operate on the word. You give me your word, I gave you my word, and we have a contract, and we are actually fulfilling our contract, right? That's ideal world, and that's, those old days where people don't even understand what it is they need to keep their own word. But, if you're not keeping the word for yourself, right? If you're not having this relationship with yourself, and you're not, keeping the promises for yourself, then how would you ever keep promises for someone else? And all those things that actually are raising your vibration, raising your light, and in a way sealing those holes that are like, like if you like a can of water, like a can of full of water, and with a hose, your energy is going outside, right? And so as you start these things, to unsubscribe, to raise awareness, to raise your standards, those wounds, those holes, they start sealing, and you start rising, right? Because we are talking here how to get ahead of the herd, right? Which you so desperately want to be part of, right? Because that's in our nature. This is why, right, we all, love socializing with this and that, and this is where the upside down world trapped us in every single corner, and you need, when I'm talking about the traps, you have to understand that traps are actually made for all the people like you and me. So for people that want to make something greater of themselves, some people that want to, rise up from the upside down world, people that want to create their own economy, people that don't want to be a slave, they want to trade their time, they want to create something, whatever, right? All the traps are made for those people. It's not going to be for people that are anyways unconscious, right? But the people that are, working on their awareness, they're working on subscribing, not giving their attention, because like your intention is like the hose. Your focus and your attention is like the hose that you are watering. Whatever you are watching, you are watering whatever you are subscribed to. Where if you are, turning to yourself, you're actually watering your own garden, right? So then the star number 4, to get ahead of the 95% of people, is really reinventing yourself, and reinventing yourself more often than you could ever imagine, because every moment you are a different person. With this video, you're going to be a different person. With once you read my book, you're going to be a totally different person. Coming up, please subscribe. So I'm working really hard on this, and so I was just now inspired to do this video. But you're going to be a totally different person once you read this book. So if after every book, after whatever, you're a totally different person, right? And so from that point of view of the perspective, you need to be constantly reinventing yourself and understanding one thing that blocks people the most. It is this time. People are either too young or they're too old. It's never too late, because you have to understand that you live forever. Like, isn't eternity a good enough reason to start getting ahead of the herd and working on this frequency, working on improving your life? Because not only that you're going to improve your life here, but guess what? These are, when you improve your life and you learn your lessons, you get your gifts. And those gifts are actually eternal gifts that you take with you to the eternity. You take with you forever, because you live forever. You maybe took this, meat suit, and you are playing this game in Avatar. Then, I will invite you to actually start playing it, how it was designed. You playing game for yourself, right? And and then, right, which takes me now to the star number 5, which is all about this, discovering and then working from your gifts, talents, and skills, right? Because those gifts, because you came here empty pockets, but not really empty pockets, because, right, you came here with your gifts, talents, and skills, which you acquired. They are yours, and they are no joke, right? That's your insurance, because you are not just a naive soul that would decide like, oh, I'm just gonna come down to earth, empty pockets, and I'm gonna be whatever. No, you actually knew that you're gonna have your gifts, talents, skills, and whatever. And so all you have to do, is to constantly move into that direction. How do you find it? Simply by following your interest, by following your passion. not allowing, the upside down world to dictate how are you going to feel, what are you going to think, what are you going to do. But, as you already unsubscribed and now you're playing for your own team, right? And you are discovering the depth of you. More you can do this and more you can do this on a repeat, you create your own economy from you, because, it's easy to get a job. It's easy to learn X, Y, Z and then regurgitate that. But you have come here, and chances are, because you're on this channel, are really, really high chances for this, is that you came here to, learn and to live something authentically yours. Right? You have come here to do, for example, it can be like you're really attracted to the astrology, and then now you are, for example, working with this astrology day in, day out, and then you're gonna figure it out your own system, you're gonna get your own insights, you're gonna have your own modality within that modality. For example, if it's, for, let's say, astrology. But we all came here with these unique gifts, right? And that uniqueness, it is what is going to bring you riches. It is something, riches, because riches are needed, right, in this upside down world for you to be free, right? And so another thing, right, the star number 6 is to become resourceful. I absolutely hate it, because this another, perception how the upside down world makes you think like, oh, you think like you need money in order to make money. Not so. People have money and they blow money because they don't know how to behave with money. They don't know how to invest money. There are no things that are actually designed for you, the slave, to put your money in and to see the growth. I experienced firsthand companies that were actually performing really well. They were shut down, plain and simple, this way or the other. Because for the average Joe, it's just not allowed. And so, but you are watching the video, how to get ahead of 99% of people, right? So you need to be different, right? You need to be you, because, right, everyone else is already taken. But this is actually your superpower. You being you, there is no one else like you. And then if you just every day start walking that direction in order for you to discover your gifts and talents, and how about what I said in a previous video, how about that you make a goal for yourself to live off your creativity, right? Because you are a creator, right? So then why don't you create? People think like, I need money to make money. It's not true. All you have to, you have either, it's easy, maybe it's going to be easier with the money, but you need to get to that stages to actually be able to manage money. It's that simple. Otherwise, if someone gives you, I don't know, X, Y, Z amount, you will blow it off on all the wrong places. This is why we always start alone. We always start small, and then the team around you builds up. And then how you grow, your bank account grows, and then you can afford more this and that. But in the same time, you are only to invest in yourself. Because, right, you're also investing with your time, and then you're investing with your money. On the beginning, you're going to be investing only with your time, which is fair enough. Where most people hurt, right, they are giving their hours very, very cheap, right? But this takes us all to the star number 7, which is my favorite. It is value. Value is another word for wealth, true wealth. So the law of compensation states, how much value do you give to the marketplace? It's exactly how much you're going to get back. So what do you have to give to the world, right? And in these times, with internet, social media, times like this, right, you just have to overcome yourself, and that, it's not all about you, right? But to actually become someone valuable, someone resourceful, and then start day by day, right? Because that's the journey. That's why you have come here. That's that hero journey. It's that hero journey that is, climbing and then like, oh my God, and I achieved this. Like my story, for example, when I started doing videos 10 years ago, and I was in different businesses and whatever, like, oh my God, like that success, like, that grind and how it was hard for me to do the videos. And, I would do the whole day one video and then it wouldn't, go right. And, I see so many mistakes that I do. I notice even now, but I don't care. I post it anyways. I have one rule of thumb that I never edit my videos. I start, record, that's it, boom, because I'm highly productive. I don't have time to see, oh, my hair is starting to be a little bit gray, or what. I don't care, right? And that's kind of the, because when you get in front of the, ahead of 99% of people, it is not, that's just going to happen automatically, but you're going to be that 1% because of the person that you're going to become because of that journey, right? If it wasn't for my journey, when I set myself on a challenge and I was doing the one video a day, oh my God, I was spiraling, I couldn't sleep. But that is now my success story. Oh my God, I went through it, and now I'm finally, right, being fairly compensated for my gifts and for my wisdom that I exchange with people, and I transform people's lives, right? Like I'm here to reinventing people's lives the same way as I done it to myself. Right? And everything that I teach is actually my wisdom that I birthed for 22 years of heavily, and I mean it, guys, heavily investing in myself, not only financially, but all my time. And now my hobby. We are all investing in me. It's all invested in us. It's all invested in our lifestyle, in our 7 stars lifestyle, right? So please subscribe and like and share this video, and wait for my book. It's gonna be very, very interesting. It's all about reinventing yourself, and my journey, is gonna be shared there. And so yeah, this is how you get ahead of 99% of people, and it's never too late. Every time that you're going to reinvent yourself, the better you is gonna come online. Isn't that something? Okay, so you came here for this journey, for this hero journey, so why don't you journey? Okay, so this was my 7 stars, and please subscribe, like, and share, because I'm working on my book and I'm not posting as much, so I will appreciate that much. So I trust that this video serves you well, and I would really love to hear if any of these things are resonating with you. Much love.